Yeah, so before you guys even start judging on get a fucking job, why don't you go ahead and take a look at this? I'm getting sick and tired of hearing it. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the same bullshit day in, day out. You need to get a job. You're not disabled. I love hearing that. You want to know why? Because then it just tells me that people are uninformed and refuse to be informed. And this is that stack of paperwork that I had to fill out for Social Security, which I'm still waiting on hearing back. Hold on. Not much, babe. Not much.
A lot of shit was said, and you didn't believe when it was coming out. Like, crazy, you didn't read it. And the reason why you didn't believe it, yeah, y'all don't got no rights. Y'all ain't nothing but killers. All right, so tonight both soldiers are talking with us about how they remained calm during this verbal attack. Our Sophia Beausoleil is joining us live from the Army Recruiting Office in Sharpstown. So, Bill, it turns out that both of the soldiers are Army recruiters, and they were working at the time when they went into the Walmart. And they said they're surprised by what happened. On most days, Staff Sergeant Satavius Davis and Staff Sergeant Bates are busy recruiting for the Army. But last week, they found themselves under attack.
Great Walmart, just walking around. Guy came up, started expressing his opinion.
Y'all ain't nothing but killers.
Customers at Walmart on South Rice in West Park started recording when another customer lashed out at the soldiers.
I've been in the Army 10 years, and that's the first time that impacted to me.
Honestly, I was completely shocked because we are in Houston and the Houstonians are so
Oh yeah, trying to.
military.
Both service members were caught off guard, but it was
I
their
scraped
reaction
my
during
down
the
stem on my
interview
bong
that
so that I had some resin to smoke.
That's why I put on my uniform.
The two soldiers remained cool, calm, and collected, thanks to their training, they say, and because they believe what they preach.
We fight for you to express your opinions and everything like that. However, he's always said there's a right way and a wrong way.
I serve, so that all Americans can have freedom and express themselves. And I too am just a regular American that chooses to serve.
And they both told me that there were other customers who stood up for them in their defense. But they told me it didn't end in the store. The man actually followed them to their truck. They said that the comments got even worse, but nothing led to anything physical, and everyone was able to go their separate ways without any problems. Reporting live from Southwest Houston, Sophia Bosley, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Good to hear from them, Sophia. Thank you.
A high school football game between rivals will often be rough. But players say Friday night, just before halftime, he went from rough to violent. When a Lakewood player's helmet came off and he went down, it appears a Milliken player ran up and kicked him in the head.
Fairly intentional?
Yeah.
This teammate says he was right there on the field.
I was like, really? And then I went to the rest. I'm like, how could you not see that?
So was this one.
No respect, no mercy, no nothing. Clearly, everybody saw it. As soon as it happened, I see everybody in the stands just in awe. So it should have been a flag.
But it wasn't. The game went on, and that player who was kicked kept playing. But several parents weren't happy.
As a parent of a player, if it was my son that got kicked in the face, I'd be very upset. I would expect the school district to basically expel the player for doing that.
But then there's reportedly what happened off the field right after the game in the locker room. According to the Milliken football Facebook page, family of a Lakewood player pushed past security and hit Milliken players in the face. The Facebook statement went on to say, "This is very disgusting and breaks my heart that our players were subjected to this. Fortunately, they know who they are and arrests are the next
What is
step."
it? 15 times the Simpsons predicted the future?
This will not be hidden and will not go away, rest assured. The school district spokesman says the school is aware and taking action, but refused to elaborate. Neither coach was commenting either. The Lakewood players say they've only heard rumors. It's clear a decades-old rivalry.
Who are the world's greatest prophets? The Mayans? Nostradamus? Edgar Casey? Bran Stark? Homer Simpson? Hey, Nostradamus. Did the rapture come? I can't recall. Oh, in fact, I can recall, and it didn't, and you suck. The Simpsons is not only the longest-running sitcom and animated show on TV, it's arguably one of the best shows, period. But did you know the show also employs a stunning amount of prophets? That's right, The Simpsons has predicted some major historical events and some completely random things like this.
Hey, Dom, take a member in your dude. Beat up Martin.
Let's see. Beat up. Still doesn't work. What the Let's take a look at 15 things The Simpsons has predicted correctly.
15 things the Simpsons predicted correct.
Before we get started, guys, I have a prediction of my own. You're going to subscribe to GameSpot Universe right now. Okay, maybe not, but what if I ask nicely? Please subscribe because we have a ton of videos on our current favorite show, Black Mirror, including breakdowns on each episode and a video on every single Easter egg we found in season 4. Side note, guys, let's hope that none of that stuff ever comes true. Okay, back to The Simpsons. Let's start with tech, specifically FaceTime, or video conferencing, which was predicted back in '95. Lisa visits a fortune teller at a fair and we're transported 15 years into the future. She's talking to Marge using her phone's video chat feature called a picture phone.
which was ahead of its time, but finally became a reality in 2010. And now we all use it, even our grandparents.
Oh, don't worry, honey. I guarantee your father will behave. Mom, it's a picture phone. This? Oh, no, why? I'm just gonna touch the rope.
Source and bottled in the majestic mountain. Liquid death water and your thirst.
Oh, that is. Mom, picture phone.
From the very same episode, the smartwatch. Lisa's fiance makes a phone call using his extremely fashionable watch. Kind of reminds me of Dick Tracy and how bad I wanted one of those things. But it wasn't until 19 years later that modern voice recognition-enabled smartwatches would become widely available to the masses, thanks to Google, Samsung, and Apple. Moving on to the GoPro, or a camera in comparable size that was featured on a 1994 episode. Homer took part in a hidden camera investigation into the expired meat on sale at the Quickie Mart. Bite Back host Kent Brockman and the Channel 6 investigative news team give Homer a giant novelty hat to wear that contains a tiny camera. And we know only a GoPro would fit in there. 20 years later, we were introduced to the GoPro, which is the go-to hands-free way to record your travels while swimming, running, biking, or spying on people. That's some of the good tech, but how about some shitty tech, as in faulty voting machines? Inspired by the 2008 presidential election, this episode finds Homer trying to place a vote for Barack Obama, and it doesn't go so well.
Hey, I only meant one of those votes for McCain. This machine is rigged. President McCain. In America, maybe Ohio, but not in America.
Now in 2012, this actually happened, and there's video on YouTube to prove it. Racking over 10 million views, this Pennsylvania machine wasn't calibrated correctly and changes a vote for Obama to Mitt Romney. Speaking of presidential elections, The Simpsons predicted Trump, as in President Trump. Yep, it's another flash forward to the future as Bart is an adult and Lisa is the president of the United States. Unfortunately, she is tasked with the gargantuan task of cleaning up after the disastrous job left by Donald Trump.
I know we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten? We're broke. The country is broke? How can that be?
The National Security Agency made headlines in 2013, but the NSA played a pivotal role in the Simpsons movie back in 2007. Quick refresher, Homer accidentally pollutes Springfield's water supply, the family goes on the run, and the EPA tracks down Marge and the kids by listening in on their conversations. And 6 years later, Edward Snowden revealed widespread mass surveillance of citizens by the American government through phone and internet records. The show also correctly predicted the 2016 Nobel Prize winner 6 years before it happened. That's right, never underestimate Milhouse. He's a genius. Seriously. In 2010, he correctly predicted Bengt Holmstrom would win it, and he did in 2016, the Nobel Prize in Economics. Milhouse was part of a Nobel Prize betting pool, Nerd Alert, with Lisa, Martin, and Database. It doesn't take a Nobel Prize winner to predict this one. FIFA is corrupt. Back in 2014, Homer was asked by FIFA to help repair the organization's image and to actually referee a World Cup in Brazil. Yep, that happened. The episode forecasted the FIFA arrests, though not by naming anyone specifically. Real-life FIFA officials were indicted a year later amidst corruption claims, bribery, and money laundering. Also, bonus points because The Simpsons also predicted that Germany would beat Brazil in that World Cup final. They just missed on the score. It turns out The Simpsons writers are also mathematicians, apparently, because Homer Simpson discovered the Higgs boson before anyone else. Homer was a good 14 years early on the God particle, which helps explain how everything in the universe has mass. In a 1998 episode, Homer becomes an inventor and is shown at a chalkboard with an extremely complicated equation. Unbelievably, that equation actually predicts the mass of the Higgs boson, or something extremely close to it. Believe me, it's incredible, and was co-signed by Dr. Simon Singh, author of The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets. This one is extremely bleak, but The Simpsons may have hinted at the Ebola outbreak way back in 1997. The episode features Marge trying to get a sick and depressed Bart out of bed and offering to read him this book, Curious George and the Ebola Virus.
Would you like to color something? I did.
Could that drawing be a sign of life after an outbreak of a deadly virus? I know it's a stretch, but this episode was widely shared by YouTube user The Controversy 7, who theorized that the show predicted the 2014 American Ebola.
Stop what you're doing for the next 30 seconds. Let me show you something I've never done before.
Ebola outbreak. Elsewhere in the world, the show also predicted Greece's financial crisis a few years early. Back in 2012, Homer appeared as a guest commentator on the program Headbutt. Watch closely as the ticker runs across the bottom of the screen. Europe puts Greece on eBay. Of course, just 3 years later, Greece plunged into economic crisis, becoming the first developed country to default on an International Monetary Fund loan repayment. And yet another scary one, Siegfried and Roy's tiger attack. In the episode, Mr. Burns opening up a casino with a wannabe Siegfried and Roy, two German magicians, Gunther and Ernst, and their long-running show that tragically ends in a tiger attack. 10 years later, Roy Corn was mauled in Las Vegas during a performance that left him partially paralyzed and ended the show's 13-year production. Speaking of performers, the show predicted Lady Gaga and kudos for guessing Gaga would headline a big-time performance, but it's not all that impressive. Hell, she's one of the world's biggest stars. What's really impressive, however, is how spot-on the performance was. Her Springfield performance had her suspended in air, and the same came true 5 years later when she descended from the roof at halftime during Super Bowl 51. Only Sting did it better. This one was recently confirmed. Disney owns Fox. Back in 1998, director Ron Howard pitches Homer's screenplay to producer Brent Grazer at 20th Century Fox. Now, pay close attention to the sign at the beginning of this scene. The Fox studio lot is, quote, a division of the Walt Disney Company. Almost 20 years and more than $50 billion later, the Disney-Fox deal is a reality as Mickey Mouse and company continue their war with Netflix for your entertainment attention. And let's end it here because this one is extremely nuts and in no way feasible. The Simpsons predicted 9/11 in 1997. YouTube user Truth Will Find You Brew points out that the bus advertisement that promises New York tickets for $9 perfectly lines up next to the Twin Towers to read New York 9/11. No way that is anything more than just a complete coincidence. But this is what happens when you spend way too much time on internet.
John Duyot, just one work of art in a box of Golden Gallery signature chocolates.
Just 2 years ago, I made this video. Speaking of presidential elections, The Simpsons predicted Trump, as in President Trump.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten? We're broke.
Crazy, right? By the way, is Lisa supposed to be Elizabeth Warren? Anyways, guess what? They got more stuff right. It's time for 15 more times The Simpsons predicted the future. First, let's travel back to 2017, when the show predicted how Game of Thrones would wrap up. The Surfsons thrust the family into the medieval kingdom of Springfieldia. Sure, there's a cameo from Jaime Lannister himself as Marge's twin brother Margaery.
You get that money to save my mom, or never set foot in this hovel again.
Good things come to those who wait.
And even a three-eyed raven. But what made this especially fascinating, the final sequence of the episode that shows the family watching as a dragon burns down their village. It's a literal spitting image of the penultimate episode of Game of Thrones when Dany flips out and wreaks havoc on King's Landing. Now, speaking of three-eyed animals, perhaps the most iconic one was introduced in this 1990 episode. That's right, this is when Bart and Lisa go fishing, and Bart catches a three-eyed fish.
1, 2, 3.
Of course, Mr. Burns, who's running for office, tries his best to prove that his power plant is not responsible for the genetic mutation that he calls Blinky. We all know the truth, and by the end of the episode, Mr. Burns convinces his critics he couldn't even swallow his own story.
Drilling before it hit the ground.
Now, Blinky actually became a
Apartments.com has helped over 40 million renters find homes. Hey, I bet I could do one bicep curl for each place. Watch this. 1, 2. 40 million. Oh, uh-oh.
a real thing when a fisherman in Argentina caught a three-eyed wolffish that was similarly located next to a power plant. I am guessing the power plant's owner didn't even think about running for public office. We all know The Simpsons has predicted a handful of technological breakthroughs over the years, like video calling and smartwatches to name a couple. Well, this is even crazier. Back in season 3, we found out that Homer's long-lost half-brother Herb, voiced by the great Danny DeVito, created a translation app to make sense of baby talk. Basically, you could tell if a baby was happy, sad, mad, angry, all that stuff.
Lavish attention on me.
Many years later, in 2016, app developers in Taiwan created an app called Infant Cries Translator, claiming that it could translate all those babies' cries. In this episode back in 1990, Marge is not happy with Itchy and Scratchy. She believes the show is promoting violence to children, and she starts a protest. She demands censorship and successfully gets the show to clean up its act.
Itchy and Scratchy seem to have lost their edge. Oh, I think it conveys a very nice message of sharing. I think it sucks.
Over in Italy, we find out that Michelangelo's David will be touring the United States and makes stop in Springfield. Protesters gather in favor of censoring David's private parts, but Marge can't jump on board with them. Life imitated art, literally, when a replica of Michelangelo's David was set to be unveiled in St. Petersburg, Russia. Residents were actually asked to vote on covering up the sculpture after some complaints that it would be a bad influence on children. This episode is packed with predictions of the future, which we touched on before. Lisa stumbles upon a fortune teller that shows what life will be like in 2010. Her future involves a romance with Hugh Parkfield, who brings her to London to meet his parents. Now, this might seem like a stretch, but check out the London skyline. Some claim that this building is the Shard. I believe it. I know what you're thinking. It's just a generic tall building. But for the sake of this video, let's give The Simpsons the benefit of the doubt. This episode aired in '95, but the Shard's construction didn't begin until March of 2009 and opened to the public in February of 2013. The 95 story skyscraper is the tallest building in the UK. Speaking of British icons, this is a fun one about the Beatles that aired in 1991. As it turns out, Marge was a big fan of the group, especially Ringo Starr. In fact, years ago she painted portraits of Starr and she mailed one to him, but unfortunately she never got a response. It wasn't until decades later, when Marge picked up her painting hobby yet again, that Starr finally replied to her.
Turn it on, you step on, and you are free to go wherever you want to go. It really reminds me of snowboarding.
Thanks for the fab painting of yours truly. I hung it on me wall. You're quite an artist.
Yep, you guessed it, this happened in real life. Back in 1963, 2 teenage girls recorded a reel-to-reel tape and sent it to a theater where the Beatles were playing. Some 50 years later, the tape was returned to the women, and finally, Paul McCartney wrote a lovely letter for their kind gesture. Back in this 1992 episode, Homer gets kicked out of an all-you-can-eat restaurant for, you guessed it, eating too much. He then goes on to sue the restaurant for false advertising.
I'm gonna fight this thing.
Oh, please don't. For me?
Sorry, Marge. This is my quest.
No shock here, in 2017, a man in Massachusetts was kicked out of the Golden Corral after spending 7 hours at the restaurant putting down, get this, 50 pounds of food. After he got kicked out of the restaurant,
Jesus.
he sold the place for $2.
Hey, how's it going, Adam? In total, 1,200, and we've raised 30 so far.
Homer took up farming and created a hybrid tomato tobacco. The tobacco was born thanks to the nuclear materials that Homer.
I don't know if that can be seen at all, but yeah.
Tastes like cigarette butts.
Over 20 years later, in Japan, as a result of the power plant meltdown, nearby fruit bed took on some forms.
You.
Everyone, you don't need to be an astronaut to travel space.
So yeah, we're in need of close to $1,200. We've raised 30 so far. I just don't know what to do today, honestly. I mean, usually I'd be live streaming to my Twitch, but I don't know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I'm getting sick, and another thing too, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the same old bullshit, get a job, when doctors are telling me differently. That's my this is my application for Social Security right here. It's so high because it's 3 months behind. That's why.
This 1994 episode is the legend of sort of first parts now actually became about serious forces throughout parts of Europe. Were found to have forces. We all know that movie studios go to great lengths of take this one. This was an actual billboard about No Bill Volume 1, in which a blood mess sprayed on the street by parked cars, like it moved. Advertising was no doubt inspired by
I recorded every toxic player in Rocket League for a month. Part 2. Hold on. No, we're living in Arkansas. Yeah, we live in Arkansas. We actually moved down here away from Seattle because of rent. Wow. Because I'm disabled. I have doctors looking at me telling me to go for disability. So that's why I signed up for disability. That's hysterical, actually. It's all mental disabilities, schizophrenic, bipolar, PTSD, depression, anxiety. That's why. Holy bots, the whole lobby. Like I said before, doctors are telling me not to work. So I'm listening to doctors' orders. Something that a lot of people don't understand and can't comprehend to do. Give me a second, gotta use the restroom. Oh shit, I forgot that. Hold on. Not trying to be rude with what I'm saying, but I mean, that's what everybody tries to do. You can get a job here, you can get a job there, you can get a job here. When doctors are telling me differently, I gotta listen to the doctors. Just knocked over my glass. And am I at fault for listening to doctor's orders? I mean, that's what I guess. I mean, that's what everybody wants to think. You know what I mean? Like if people are wanting to sit there and assume that because I'm listening to doctor's orders that I can still get a job, you know, why don't you put yourself in my shoes? Why don't you put yourself in the situation that I'm in and see how easy it is? You know, I'm having to wait on Social Security disability because doctors are looking at me going, you shouldn't be working. Longest job I've ever held was a year, and that was at a car wash. And that was up in Seattle. And I was living out of a goddamn tent the entire time, might I add.
She's just so amazing. He comes home from school and says, Dad, I met the girl in my dreams. I'm in love with her, and she's just so amazing. His dad says, well, what are we talking about? He said, little Susie from next door, I just love her. She's just the most amazing girl in the world. And his dad says, well, I got to tell you something. He says, you can't be with little Susie because she's actually my daughter. I've never told your mother this, but yeah, you can't go out with your sister. So he's all upset. He goes and tells his mom that he's in love with little Susie, and then his dad said he can't be with her. And she says, oh, honey, you can be with any girl that you want because actually, he's not even your daddy.
Ouch.
Hey, John, want to hear a joke? All right, little Johnny gets sent home early from school, and he's all in trouble. And his dad said, what'd you do? He said, well, the teacher in math class sent me home. He says, I can see that. He said, what'd you do? He said, I don't know what I did. So the teacher asked me what 2 times 3 was, and I told him 6. He said, yeah. He said, but then he asked me what 3 times 2 was. His dad says, what's the fucking difference? He said, yeah, that's what I told him. Well, Johnny was in religion class, and he sat right behind little Susie, who had had a late night. She was sleeping. Teacher noticed this, so she decided to call on little Susie and said, little Susie, who created our world? Well, little Johnny didn't want her to get in trouble, so he poked her in the butt with a pen, and she jumped up and said, God almighty! Teacher says, that's correct. Little Susie fell back to sleep, and the teacher noticed this. 5 minutes later, she said, little Susie, who was our Lord and Savior? Well, Johnny didn't want her to get in trouble, so he poked her in the butt with a pen again, and she jumped up and said, Jesus Christ! Teacher says, that's correct. Susie falls back to sleep. This makes the teacher real upset, so she says, little Susie, what did Eve say to Adam after they had their 15th child? Little Johnny doesn't want her to get in trouble, so he poked her in the butt. She jumps up and says, if you poke me with that thing one more time, I'm going to break it in half.
This is so bad. How are you doing?
Strange. C'était vraiment monté dans la douche, la vie bien froid. Finalement, yes!
Four, three, two, one, go! Level up, 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 level up.
No way to get downstairs.
It's now night and we are now outside, so.
iPod inside your vehicle for those times when you can't bring your gun with you. Right now, the Coleon Noir Edition LifePod is available at shop.mrcoleonnoir.com. Fortunately, there are times when you can't bring your gun with you and you're forced to leave it in your car.
Hey, joke time.
Little Johnny's sitting in class, teacher's got a math problem for him, and there's 5 birds sitting on a wire. Little Johnny shoots one, how many's left? Little Johnny replies, none, and the teacher says, no, the answer's 4. Little Johnny says, no, the answer's none, because if I shot at one, the rest would fly away, and the teacher says, I like the way you think. Little Johnny says, I got a question for you, teacher. If there's 3 women sitting in a store eating ice cream cones, and one's licking it, one's biting it, one's sucking it, which one's married? The teacher hesitantly replies, well, I guess the one sucking it. And he goes, no, the one with the wedding ring, but I like the way you think.
That is like an old joke. Old joke.
Yeah, here in the UK and EA Sports, Bieber, thank you so much for sending me my very own Ultimate Luma FIFA 21 kit. Not only do I get a physical version of the shirt, I actually get a digital version as well. If you would like to get your hands on this, head on over to Game Digital.
That'd honestly be fun to do, jump off a bridge into an open top bus.
So excuse me. Sorry, could you stop at once, please? Oh, that way, thank you.
Welcome, everybody, to the House of Drift, and this is the Type S title fight weekend because it's a triple header, baby. It's not a good sign when you go in at that rate of speed. And let's take a look and see if we can see what happens. Oh, you know what? He was really angling up there. Here it is from above. You can see both drivers coming off. Nice transition there to inside flip 1. But Osbo really looking strong, coming off the bank in the right place to hit this inside flip. And Robbins with his aggressive driving, looking for opportunities. Watch in his chase run. Look at this. Okay. Oh no!
is what they were saying.
Yes. I don't want to see nobody, not even myself.
Is that what it is?
You mean the
Yeah.
Oh, go follow J Groove Dispensary and then send me a screenshot. I'm gonna be giving out a battery. All right. Nah, okay. We're gonna give out.
Things are way different in your 30s, right? Like I remember parties when I was younger, like 21, 22. Guys who brought the drugs, we all knew he was getting laid, right? Now at the party, guys bring cheese plate. It's gonna be knee deep in puss the whole night, right? You're like, did this motherfucker bring Manchego?
Each step taken by the dancers inside this rehearsal, and months later, her
Look at that. Nah, man. Little Thanksgiving stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know the Sunday video, which was the video that was supposed to go out this morning, actually got copyright blocked because of one of the clips. So me and my editor are
Hey, John, want to hear a joke? Yeah. One day, little Johnny wanted to take the dog for a walk, so he goes to ask his mom. His mom says, "No, you can't. The dog's in heat." He says, "What's that mean?" He says, "Well, go ask your dad." So little Johnny goes and asks his dad if he can take the dog for a walk, and he says, "Well, she's in heat, but here, I'll put a little gas on this rag and wipe it on her, and she should be good to go." He says, "Well, what's that for?" He says, "Well, she needs some gas to go for a walk." Well, Johnny says, "Okay," and he takes her out for a walk, and he comes back a half hour all by himself. He says, "What happened to the dog?" He says, "Well, about halfway around the block, she ran out of gas, but don't worry, the old neighbor dog's pushing her back home."
My God, that is so bad.
Hey, you guys want to hear a joke? Sure thing, yeah. Little Johnny and his dad were taking a Sunday drive, and little Johnny looks out his window and sees these two horses going at it, humping each other. Little Johnny says, "Dad, what are they doing?" Well, his dad thought little Johnny was too young to know, so he says, "Well, look, the male horse's legs are hurting, so it's up on the back of the female horse, and she's bringing him back to the barn." Well, Johnny shakes his head. He says, "It figures. Just when you go to help somebody, they end up sticking it to you right in the ass." This is my number one joke that I've told them this afternoon. Try it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, Johnny gets on the bus and sits directly behind the bus driver. He's always getting in trouble. He starts mumbling to himself. He says, "If my dad is a bull and my mom is a cow, well, that would make me a little bull. And if my dad is a rooster and my mom is a hen, well, that would make me a little chick." Well, the bus driver's already getting upset with little Johnny talking. He says, "All right, little Johnny," he says, "if your mom's a whore and your dad's drunk, well, what would that make you?" Well, Johnny looks at him and smiles. He says, "A bus driver."
Ouch.
Every day at school, little Johnny would bring in a big bag of cookies and he'd sit at his desk and eat them all up. This went on for 2 to 3 weeks, and the teacher says, "Little Johnny, you need to stop eating all those cookies. It's bad for your health." Well, he just kept eating his cookies. This went on for probably another 2 to 3 months when the teacher said, "Little Johnny, you're going to have to stay after class. I need to talk to you." So little Johnny goes in after class and brings in another bag of cookies, and he sits down and he's eating them. And she says, "Now, little Johnny, I need you to stop." She says, "This is really, really bad for you. All this sugar." She says, "It could cause you to die." Little Johnny says, "All right, man. My grandpa, he lived to be 110 years old." She said, "Oh, really? Did he get to be that old by eating cookies all the time, just like you do?" He said, "No. He got to be that old by minding his own damn business."
Ouch, good one.
Hey, Dad, got a joke for you. All right. Well, Johnny was working at an ice cream shop, and this kid comes in and he says, "I'd like a scoop of vanilla and a scoop of chocolate." Well, Johnny says, "I'm sorry, we don't have any chocolate." It says, "All right, I'll have a scoop of strawberry and a scoop of chocolate." Well, Johnny says, "Yeah, I'm sorry, we don't have any chocolate." He says, "And a scoop of chocolate." Well, Johnny says, "Hey, I tell you what," he says, "can you spell the van in vanilla?" He says, "Yeah, V-A-N." He says, "How about spelling straw and strawberry?" He says, "Okay, S-T-R-A-W." He says, "All right, well, spell fuck and chocolate." Kid thinks, he says, "There is no fucking chocolate." Well, Johnny says, "That's what I'm trying to tell you." Hey, John, want to hear a joke? Yeah. One day, little Johnny wanted to take the dog for a walk, so he goes asks his mom. His mom says, "No, you can't." Hey, John, want to hear a joke? Yeah. Little Johnny's mom decided that he was old enough to get an anatomy lesson. She pulls her pants down and she points to her vagina and says, "This is where you came out of." Johnny says, "Okay," and doesn't really say anything else until he goes to school the next day, and he says, "All right, boys, you can no longer call me Little Johnny. From here on out, I am Lucky Johnny." He said, "Why? You've always been Little Johnny. Why the change in name?" He says, "Well, because yesterday, my mom told me that I was this close to becoming a piece of shit."
That's bad.
One day, little Johnny has to go to the bathroom real bad, so he goes running on in there while his grandma's taking a shit.
All I'm smoking on is resin.
Between your legs, he said, "Grandma, what is..."
Let's see. Sorry, guys, doing something real quick. You know, and also, you know, I'd like to see a warehouse hire me. Nowhere's hiring right now. My wife's even having trouble finding a second job. You know, people want to fucking sit there and hate on me for doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, and they don't want to take the time to understand or even listen. You know, Tim the Tap Man is probably streaming on Twitch right now. Let me see. I want to know because it's Sunday.
swinging wieners at 46 months and 64 months. What the fuck is wrong with that?
How about you?
No. No way.
Come on. No.
No.
Only Discover has no annual fee on any card.
Appreciate that. Well, tell your boyfriend I said thank you. Have a Chris. And, shit. A year listening to this voice, I really don't know how you guys do it, but I appreciate you guys struggling through for me. Thank you for the support. Tell him I said thank you as well. Hell yeah. Thanks for the vibe. Very kind. You got used to it. Oh, man. Every time I accidentally hear my, myself in the real time, it's way worse. Hey, Stephen, have you ever tried a sim racing wheel? You know, I've never tried a sim racing wheel. Oh, man. So this looks like you're talking like Cruising USA. I'm pretty good at that game. I have a pretty good average of 1 through 3rd. Sometimes I'll get that free game, you know what I mean? Cruising USA, you know, it's one of the games I'm good at. Yeah, you ever played the Halo campaigns on Legendary? Yes. Not all of them. What up, gamers? What up, Casper? Thanks for the 1,000 biddies, my brother. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, bro. I miss you. Yeah, man, I miss you too, dude. I miss you too. Hopefully, I'm just kind of waiting around for 3.0, man. So I'm sure we'll be seeing each other soon. Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate it. Yo, Obsidian, say thanks for that sub too, man. Hey, welcome to the squad, brother. Hell yeah. Hearing your voice, same concept as when I hear God's voice. Pretty awesome, man. You would like God to sound like me. That'd be pretty fucking disappointing. Yeah, have you played Halo 4 on PC? Hey, you know, I just did.
Yeah, my apologies if I come across rude if somebody tries telling me to get a job or I need to get a job. I've just heard it too much. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the same old bullshit every day. Get a job. You can work here. You should work here. You should work here. You know, so I'm not trying to be rude when I say I'm following doctor's orders, but when you hear something enough, the majority of your streams, yeah, it does get old. Be right back. I gotta use the restroom. And you know, I'm also getting just absolutely sick and tired of being attacked. Oops. I don't want to hear myself talk. There have been people who have come into my streams who have threatened me bodily harm and or death. Because I am a disabled person, they think they can get away with it. Like I said, I'm just getting sick and tired of hearing the same old bullshit day in and day out. I'm getting sick and tired of the threats. I'm getting sick and tired of being judged right from the get-go. You know, and anything negative in my streams anymore, it's just gonna end in a ban. You know, people want to be disrespectful. I don't got time for that. And I'm not calling anybody out specifically. But oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. I'm like I said, I'm just getting sick and tired of it. Like I said, I've received a lot a lot of bullshit in my life. I've also received a lot of good in my life too. Rizzo uploaded how to rank up the fastest. Fastest way to rank up Rocket League Academy.
I just want to thank you all for all the support on the channels. We started at Rocket League Academy series, and you guys seem to love it. So we're going to be uploading daily. We'll be uploading the best moment every other day. We'll also be doing my stream on the day.
Oh, excuse me.
So with all the new videos coming out, I want you guys to know that 78% of you are not subscribed. If you are a part of that 78%, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when new videos.
You know, I actually want to know what the fuck my viewer, what percent of viewers aren't subscribed to my channel.
Now listen, I love playing the guessing game, but I'm not gonna do gifted. We can still guess the rank afterwards because it's fun, but I'm not gonna do gifted subs because this one is Giftus, and this guy says his rank in chat once a day, so can't be doing that. I'll just scare myself. So we can still play the guessing game, but no gifted subs for this one.
My favorite thing about replays are people spelling hello after every replay.
How?
Not subscribed. I only have 32.5% of my viewers not subscribed. So if you're a part of that 32%, subscribe.
Wine at 9. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. How? What? No way. just lost 200 MMR, so who knows?
There we
That's
go.
true, but I put the rank, or people tell me the rank at the time of the replay. So this replay was submitted like a week ago or something. Can't remember the date, but this is good. Rotate all the way out of the play. You don't just go straight back to net, which is not what you should be doing. So going outside, make sure you grab some pads on the way too. You don't need a full boost. There's one pad at least, and then you just used it right there. Did you see that? The one pad you grabbed is gone. Oh, there it is. Probably even more. That's probably more than 12 boosts. But hey, at least you got a pad, okay? Listen, you have some time on this ball. You may yoink your boost. You have 0. Don't even jump for this, bro. Just go grab pads because you want to be in the next play as quick as possible, and this ball is just way too high for you. You should be prioritizing grabbing these and then just dipping. Maybe this if you have an extra second or two, but make sure you just get a few pads at least so you can like follow up something else. Because this you can't even follow up, right? This is not. Oh, what if it? Never mind. I've been proven wrong. No, don't go there. You just took this boost. We just saw it. This was, what is this, 4 seconds ago? Alright, we just saw it right there.
What do you think the best way to get better as a player in general?
Learning how to rotate.
Or partying?
Probably partying up, because then you get used to somebody else's rotations. But if you do that, then solo queue
Yeah,
becomes
true,
a lot harder.
true.
But I feel like you'll be able to play just more trustworthy if you're partying up with somebody. So, and it's probably more fun. I'd recommend that. Average, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits, man. What the fuck is a rotate? Yeah. Anyway, so you just saw this guy. So grab the big boost, so you don't want to grab. You don't want to go here. No point. He flipped into it too, so now you're even slower to get to this. I would grab this pad because somebody just grabbed it, but it's gonna respawn any second, and you have a second or two before you need to get back to net until this guy's on the ball. So right, this is gonna spawn. You have a second or two. So you did exactly like what you kind of should be doing, except you just didn't grab the pad, right? You stay patient and net. The only difference here is, where the fuck are you? The only difference here is I would be grabbing this pad. That's the only thing. Right here, just wait on somebody grabbed it, but you have an extra second to. Pads take 4 seconds to respawn, so they're pretty quick. Good 50. I would lurk upfield a bit, see what happens. Never mind. I mean, even if you went straight back, you wouldn't have saved this. I thought it was 3. LOL, you're capping. No, that was definitely 4. I was counting in my head. 1
Mississippi,
2
Mississippi,
3
Mississippi,
4
Mississippi, 5. 4.5 seconds. 4.5.
I would have it on this. You should have just missed. Jimbas. Yo, one thing that might help you. Five, 6, 7. Sure, chat. It takes 20 seconds for a pad to respawn. Okay. Watch how you do this kickoff, and I'm gonna show you an example of what I'm saying. So like you turn to the right, and then you flip left. But you should be going to the left and then flipping right. You want to flip into this play or this ball. I don't know how to explain it. But you want to be going this way and then flipping this way. It's like a little zigzag. So you go this way and then, and it helps you a lot more because you're completely flipping the wrong way. Or well, I've never seen anybody do a kickoff like that, so I'm assuming you're just doing it. So what is it? Is it like this pad or something? So you went like this, kind of like this. How the fuck? How do you do a kickoff? I can't tell if I'm in the correct kickoff position, right? So you're flipping like outside, away from the ball. But you should be doing. I think I can't do it just because I've never seen anybody do it this way. But I think what would help you is if you go outside of the play and then flip right into it. So you go like this, left.
Okay.
Left.
What's up, Psycho Crew? How you doing, brother?
A lot of pros do it that way. Do they? Well,
Sorry, I was watching one of Rizzo's videos that he uploaded on about Rocket League. Why can I not? Hold on. Filters, sort by relevance, type, channel. All right, brother. I don't know though, guys. Like, there's only so much that I can talk about, you know, with no questions being asked, no statements being made. You know, I can only talk about so much, you know, and with rent being an issue, people are gonna sit there and they're gonna jump the gun and they're gonna sit there and bitch, moan, and complain and sit there and tell me you should have used that money for your rent. You should do this. You should do that. You should do. You know, I hear it every day. You know, and that's just how people are. People are judgmental. Always have been, always will be. I can't stop it. You know? I've already had to ban 2 people yesterday from my stream because they wanted to talk shit and talk about my dead father. And I'm going to look at you right in the camera. I'm going to tell you this right now. You have the audacity to talk shit about my dead father. Come to my fucking house and show that disrespect to me here. That's all I got to say about that. I don't sit here. I don't fucking talk shit about anybody's family. I don't talk shit about, you know, family members who have passed, you know, because I've lost a family member. When you have the audacity and you think you have fucking big enough balls to do so, you come into my channel and fucking talk shit about my dead father, fuck you. Yeah, I am still dwelling on that shit because that's PTSD. That puts me into a PTSD mode. After that comment that Bob made yesterday, I had nightmares the entire fucking night. I did not get any sleep. I don't even know why I'm calling him Bob. It's his profile name isn't even Bob. It's Barney Rubble. He's just making alt accounts and fucking coming into my stream trying to ruin it. That's okay though. That just tells me that Mr. Barney Rubble has no life outside of YouTube. You know, and I have haters who'd like to come in telling me that I have no life. I need to stop e-begging. You wanna know what real e-begging looks like? Go to Honest Citizen's fucking page. Oh yeah, I'll call his ass out. I'll fucking call it out. He is disabled. He is on disability. He also just went through having to deal with the loss of his mother, which condolences to the family. But if you notice something about him is that he only goes live whenever he's needing money. I go live every day, or I try to. I'm live every day on Twitch. I'm actually surprised that I'm not live on Twitch right now, actually. You know, I don't like disrespectful people. I've literally had people come into my streams before just right from the get-go and start fucking talking shit, talking trash, disrespecting me, disrespecting my mods. But that's enough about talking about the disrespect and the disinformed. I'm a nice person. I am. I am a nice person, but when if you want to piss me off, that's when niceness goes out the window. I'm done. I mean, I'm honestly done with being nice to other people if they're unwilling to be, you know, respectful and nice towards me. Hi, baby girl. Come on. Hi, baby. How are you? How's my baby girl doing? Oh. Big stretch. Big stretch. The baby girl doing okay? The baby girl doing okay? Yeah. Tim the Tap Man got roasted. Just chatting.
Yeah, I met. So I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. If you don't, be sure to follow me on Twitter, guys. Yeah, man. And I went out to restaurants are open now, and so we went out to eat, and the kid recognized me, and so we take this photo. Right? We took this photo together, and a lot of the people are saying, "Tim, you look great. Tim, you look so skinny." And I'm like, "Thank you." And so one of the main comments was, "Tim looks more excited to take the picture with this kid than him with me," right? But you know what? The funniest comment that I got on everything was someone goes, "Hey Tim, nice Sperry's," and I couldn't really believe that someone saw my shoe and said nice Sperry's, the shoes I was wearing. And I was like, wow, good eyes. You know what I mean? Kevin! Look at that. Look at that, boys. Look at the movement, look at the pace, look at the control. That was pretty good for a little bit there. The dent is kind of an advantage when it's up there because he can just kind of sit right in it. Just want to say you probably have no idea how much this series videos to help people with bad times. I happen to be with Carl. Thanks for your 20 minutes. I used to have a friend named Carl. He's the one that got me into smoking cigarettes. I'll never forget an argument I heard with Carl when I was in college, and he was arguing with another one of my friends. Not arguing like, "Oh, I'm going to punch you in the face." John was saying to Carl that he had bad hygiene because he smoked cigarettes. Carl said, if you smoke cigarettes, you have more hygiene. I mean, to be fair, I was kind of faded at this point, but I was sober. I was like sober enough to be like, but he was dead serious. And Carl goes, I have to brush my teeth more and wash my hands more. So therefore, I have more hygiene and I am more clean than you. And this is like at 2 in the morning. And I just remember thinking, man, maybe Carl's onto something here. You know what I mean? So Carl was my buddy who smoked, and he was the guy who gave me the first cigarette, and that was how I started to smoke a little bit. So Carl, if you're still here, I'm not smoking anymore. I don't know if you are. Let's see if this video is worth me potentially getting banned, shall we?
My friend in there.
Congratulations.
It's his first time on his own.
Once again, congratulations. My fucking ass!
My friend in there.
Congratulations.
It's his first time on his own.
Congratulations. My fucking ass! I love TikTok, bro. Stuff like that.
My friend.
I gotta tweet that, bro. That's so funny. Oh, this gladiator looks sick. I really like. So this guy's got. So this grill. Are those lights right there? Wow, that is a light rack. That's kind of dope. This is the grumper that I got, but he had the light rack part. You can change this out. You can like mod that. You see those bolts. I will say that I really like this paint. One thing I will say, interior. This is just me personally. I'm not trying to bash this Jeep by any means. I don't like the brown. Not as good as mine, though. You guys want to see my Jeep? My Jeep! I'm happy to show you my new Hellcat Gladiator. It's tough, dude. I'm glad I went 40s on my tires, man. Hey, don't worry about the steps. I can see right off the bat. Dude, I was driving the other day. I was just driving around, and a kid goes, he pulls up 2 lanes over from me. So like I'm here, there's someone in the middle, and then this kid's on the right. And this kid goes, hey Tim! And I had my top off, and I'm like, yeah? And he goes, nice Jeep! And I was like, thanks, man. And then he goes, but you should have got the 6x6. And then he drove away. And I was like, oh, this isn't good enough for you? I should have gotten the 6x6? Tim, is it a stick shift or automatic? Hey Tim, long time watch, first time donating. Came across a verse and I thought of you. Hope you get some inspiration. Your fault, they said. Here's this Bible verse, bro. 2 Kings 23 to 24. From there, Elisha went up to Bethel, and he was walking along the road. Some boys came out of the town and jeered at him. "Get out of here, Baldy," they said. "Get out of here, Baldy." He turned around, looked at them, and called down a curse on them in the name of the Lord. Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled the 42 boys. What? Long story short, chat, the summary of this is, you better be nice to me, bro. I'm going to get bears on you. All right? Amen. Hey, thank you, bro. That's actually hilarious. That's hilarious, man. That is funny. That's a terrible picture of me, man. But you see, I want to point something out in this photo. Do you see what I'm talking about? No, bring it back, Whips. Do you see my right nipple? Do you see what I'm talking about? That's what I struggle with, man. And it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm a lot lighter now than I was there, obviously. But look at my nipple. It's like a little mountain in there. It's tough, bro. It's
Fucking
tough.
Tim.
My whole life I've had puffy nips. I don't know why, man. Hey, Tim, long time fan. Can you give a happy birthday to my friend Don? You know, Don. I heard your birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Thank you. My dick. Freaking 10. You know what I was thinking about, bro? What if someone else's name is Don in here and it's also their birthday? And then that Don is like, dude, one of my friends did that for me, but they didn't. You know what I mean? Oh, he was trying to make you say something? He was trying to make me say something. Oh, it's not his birthday. Don? Oh, Don Kedick? Don Kedick. Don Kedick? What am I saying? Oh, Donkey Dick. Okay, bro. Happy birthday to any Dons out there, bro. Sorry I'm late. I had 15 Bud Light seltzers. I actually didn't have 15. I had I had a couple though, and I'm definitely moving slow this morning. So yeah, I have a sunglass tan. Yes, my head. Look at my stomach, bro. Look at this, right? Look. So like up here, like I had SPF 100 on, bro, and then
Ouch.
that's a stupid spam, bro. That doesn't even make sense. I don't match my shirt. What are you guys talking about, dude? You guys wouldn't know about that life, the lifestyle I live, salt life. You know what I mean? I went deep sea fishing once. I actually love Salt Life shirts, though. I think the designs are really cool, and they fit me really well because I think they're made for like fatter people. To be honest with you. Hey Tim, I remember seeing you and James and the Giant Peach as a kid. You were great as the Giant Peach. Thanks for clearing that up, Evan. Good luck with your audition for the role of the Peach in the new James and the Giant Peach movie. Is this the same guy? Oh, dude. Come on. Will you guys stop? This is why I wear black t-shirts, bro. I put one other color shirt on and I'm just getting ripped apart. This is why everyone's like, Tim, why do you wear black t-shirts so much? Because they're slimming and chat can't really say anything. And here I am, I put a different shirt on one time. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Are you guys kidding me? I decide, you know what? I'm going to put my Salt Life shirt on this morning. That's the thought I have. And I'm like, chat's probably going to think I look really cool. And what do? You say, I look like Patrick Star, which, gosh, dude, are you kidding me? Did you have to put the dent? I mean, come on. I mean, they're like, this is unacceptable. I am tired of this. Dude, whatever. You look like the Peppa the Pig, Tim. Sort your life out. I do not look like Peppa the Pig, bro. Stop. Bro, you look like Boo from Dragon Ball. Oh, dude, this shirt was a mistake, man. I can't believe this. I do not look like that, bro. No, I don't. Stop. I guess I do kind of look like that, to be honest with you, right now. Thank you for not putting the dent. when we were up at the lake this weekend, there were a lot of people on boats, other boats obviously, that have straw hats. And I said I wanted one. I'm gonna buy one. I am. I'm gonna buy one for the 4th of July, dude. And I'll just walk around with my straw hat on. I'm gonna have American flag shorts, and I'm gonna put Photoshop master to like put my tattoos on my gosh, because that really is kind of me, to be honest. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Tim needs to get into music, I think.
That go well together, Kevin. You got peanut butter and jelly, French toast, and maple syrup, a nice medium well steak, and some truffle butter. And you got Tim the Tap Man and the Gulag. What you're about to watch is another Gulag compilation of your league. Tim the Tap Man, baby. Me and the Gulag have a very personal relationship. Sometimes I just figure I might as well just drop the prison because it'd be faster for me to get there. Regardless,
Probably should.
we have a good, healthy respect for each other. You know, Gulag's there. It's always there. It's always present. When I step in, there's a silence that falls amongst everyone. Oh, great. Tim's here. Be sure to drop a like on this video. Be sure to share this one with a friend. All right. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, sometimes I throw Kevin, right? I yell at you. But I kind of realize that I should give you a reason to subscribe. I'm going to give you that reason right now. If this impresses you, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Y'all ready? Ready? Left, right. You see that? Left, right, left, right, left, right. You can see it. I'll get a side profile for you. Ready? Left, little left back, little right back, left, right, left, right, left, right. You see that thing? That's why I subscribe to the channel. I'm mad talented. Be sure to use support agreement to go to the tab in the Call of Duty story. Hashtag Kyle Carter. Be sure to tell somebody you love them. I will catch you in the next one. All right. Oh, fuck. This is Gulag. I'll shut the stream off, boys. I'm lightheaded. I may pass out right over here. Oh, my God. That'd be crazy if I pass out right now. Holy shit. Oh, the rats! Little rats! I have to win my Gulag side. Literally, I literally think the Dragunov is the worst one that I get. I just keep it like. I'm leaving, bro. I'm fucking leaving. All right, I'm gonna give you the 50. I'm shutting the stream off, bro. I'm getting fucking griefed by the Gulag.
Happy to introduce their newest product, the Flash X Sleeve.
It's called the Flash X Sleeve. It looks like this.
The Flash X Sleeve, and as you can see,
Called the Flash X Sleeve.
Introducing the X Sleeve. The X Sleeve has a specific design developed game accessory by increasing performance. Helps me keep my arm movements at peak performance. The underside of the X Sleeve is completely covered with specially engineered development team.
the underside of this is actually made of Teflon. It's really like futuristic, high tech, and it's just really smooth underside.
While gaming, start, stop, switch direction, mouse endless times. That is why it's very important to use the function to push surface as much as possible. It glides on super.
Why the fuck is the Dragunov in there? It's so fucking stupid. Literally, it's just random potato shooting at each other. That's it.
What's happening?
I got What's going on? Oh, I got him. Block champion.
Really fuels his fire, and he like tries really fucking hard to do better than Nick, and then he tries to roast him every second he gets. Seriously.
Hey, yes. Let's do better than Nick today, so okay.
This is good. Throwing knife for my first one of the day.
I hope you lose. Tim's so good at the back vlogs, it's crazy.
That was a close one there, boys. Good news about the Dragunov and me, boys. We go way back. I've never lost. Watch this. 3, 2.
He went down up.
Don't worry, boys. We got them with the Dragunov in the goosh. Too fucking stupid. The go-off stupid. I'm not losing this too long. I'm done.
I gotta use the restroom real quick, and I was gonna take my pill.
What's up? Watch this, chat. Watch. Ready? Stun. Bait. Switch. Oh, shit. Very fun! First go along in season 5, I fucking hate this gun, man. I swear to God, dude. Oh. Fuck. I'm in the same boat, bro. That's how it goes. I'll just quit my ad. Oh, guys, we got cleats. Don't worry. And $100,000 by the way. So that's what it looks for you too. You see this also? I really don't see it.
Sometimes I sleep. Sometimes nothing I mean. It's comes up way. Sometimes it's healthy. But the bottle that you drink. Time when you're alone. All you do is sleep. I'm a cowboy. On the street of life.
And we had to do unlimited boost because when you're the host, you see the boost stats. When you're not the host, you don't see the boost stats. And we are sweaty tryhards. So,
Yes, this is true.
And actually, unlimited boost is kind of fun. I don't think I've done it. Unlimited boost won't be one in a while. Oh, you're gonna do something sexy. I already know it. Especially with all this boost. Yeah, dude, I just couldn't complete it. I know. Oh, here we go. Time to Pachinko your booty hole. Whoa, I'd rather not. No. At least buy me a drink. Oh, really? But yeah. Where you going, John? No, it really could be able to go to the red, right? Yeah. We're so pumped, you know. So I want to take the lead in that. I don't want anyone to scrap that Michael. That's what I'm scrap box. Or you just want to get it. I'm in a mood. I've been playing. So, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's super excited. Yeah. Most prominent, one of the most prominent PW sets. Hey, oh, yeah, you're too. You're too. Oh, wow. How's that going? That's good. Yeah. Like that. Look at you. Why? I knew the sex. You're just. I don't want to. I know it's a 3 and 2 can't. Listen, Josh is really like that. Really like that. Just gotta keep him occupied. Unlimited boost Josh. You do against him. Guys, answer in the comments. A. You told you. B. Shot. That's person. Slower. Yes. Go red. Push that. Oh my God.
Wow.
There's no way we're leaving this up to one pitch and go through. I forgot about that. I thought it stopped. I don't know. We're gonna probably let it go. Just kidding. Alright. May the best Pachinko man win. Why, John? You like this? Who has made you this way? Wait, what? Something was.
we have a limited boost? Amber, yeah, why not? Just spice it up. Why not? Because you somehow you got loved by the Planko guy. You know what it is? I pulled that wind out of my butt. It's straight up legitimate. I hope Rumble breaks this. By the way, we have no idea. Oh, could you imagine if Rumble messes with this? Like, how did that roll up so high? Oh, that was kind of stupid. That's it. Oh, you scared I got a cool Barrett? Alright. Oh, with the military set. I was like, it's off of me. I like it. Vibing. Oh, we have to oh, you use your way sooner. Oh, no. God, I can stage you out with my voiceal. My voiceal? My vocal voiceal? What is the world of voiceal? You know, muscle in my voice. The voiceal. Wow, and you empowered. Oh, I hate this. I'll let you do it. Oh, you're just not a kind person. I thought you were. Can you stop, please? Stop. Oh, my God. You dick. Oh, no. Guy. No, you're such a mind controller. Better not give this. Stop feeling bad for a thing. Oh, you're so you start off with that W.
And just so everybody knows, we're smoking resin. What you doing? I don't know what you're doing. What you doing, baby girl? Love you. Oh, careful. Ugh. Ugh. What is? What is? What is? What is? What is? Tell us. Come. What is? What is it? What is it? You okay? You're a good girl, baby. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. Yeah. You good girl. You are. You really are. No, no soda for puppers. I'm sorry. No soda for puppers. No, has water. No, you have water. You have water, babies. You got water. Yeah, no pop for the pup. How you doing, babe? Let me read real quick. Is busy at times, seems to be going in slow mo. Yeah, I mean, because it's only 5 o'clock, you know. So yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like the time is going a lot slower than what it should be. Yeah, time does seem to be going by like real, like hella slow, even here. Yeah, that's what I was like. That's what I was thinking. Like I was sitting here watching videos on YouTube on my one phone, live on the other, and I'm listening to music too. And I thought it was like 8 o'clock. Yeah, when I went outside earlier, it smelled like snow. Like when you can get that certain smell in the air that you know it's gonna snow soon. That's what it smelled like.
You know what? You cheated.
Hey, how are you? Eric Weddle, nice to meet you. No idea. You want to take a picture? Just let people know this is who I am. One guy I want to meet, Tom Brady.
Yeah, but he's married. So he's like off the hook, you know?
I mean, I'm not trying to get with him. I mean, I just want to meet him. What do you do? Teach and do research. I research all the time, too. I love space. I love research about space. Did you study, like, astronomy or anything in school? Astrophysics. Like, E equals MC squared. Like, I've heard of that. Easy. What if you met Rob Gronkowski?
I have met him.
You have?
Yeah, he's a great guy. Where? A bar downtown called Society on High.
You did not meet him at Society on High. Today, I'm not Jared Goff. I'm transfer. See, normally what happens is the hair falls down my right side. So I like the right side of the field that comes out for me. Because now, the team that stretch Brock, he's the starter right now.
Come on, man.
I want to scare him a little bit. I want to get those quarterbacks a little nervous. Are you the punter?
No, I'm a quarterback. His name Kobe. Yes, so I was the punter. So disrespectful. Pretty good, though. So, I mean,
what's y'all's regulation? That's why I'm here.
What's your name? It ain't gonna be nasty. You bring in the best players we can bring in. I don't freaking care if I brought in an NFL quarterback. You guys have to compete. So with that being said, that's exactly what I did today. I brought in an NFL quarterback. On up here, Jared. Daddy might be with Hercules or something.
Nope, not happening, kitty. Yep, Gizzy already knows. Slow your roll. Calm down. What, are you hungry, sweetheart? Is that what it is? The dog picked up her bowl and brought it by the bed when I was in the bathroom. Where's her cup? There's her cup. Hold on, sweetheart. Calm down, Giz. Ugh.
The National Football League is home to the greatest athletes in the world. Precise reflexes, world-class speed, and superhuman strength are attributes found on every NFL roster. But the gridiron isn't the only place to look for these athletes. Vikings discovered that firsthand when they visited the island country of Iceland this off-season.
Stefánsson Pétursson. I'm from Reykjavik, Iceland. My name is Rúnar Gylfason. I'm from the west part of Iceland, the Western Peninsula.
Iceland is home to some of the biggest, strongest humans on the planet. 8 times the champion of the aptly named World's Strongest Man competition is called Iceland home.
I've been competing in strongman now for 8 years. The challenge to push your body, through the limits, to find out how strong a human can be. That's what I love about strongman. I love to challenge myself. I think it's kind of that I'm never done. I can always improve. I can always get better. And I like the sport. It's humbling, And I like to push myself. It's kind of a crazy sport. And I like. Most of the guys from the strongman here in Iceland, we come here together and we help each other, push each other to get better. And we have just a great history with strong people. We're a strong nation. We're a small nation in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, isolated from everyone. So we want to prove ourselves, to the world. Okay, guys, finally met someone your size. Yeah, your Can you move? Can I? I'll put you on the left side then. You can move. There you go. That's yeah. So I want him on the left tackle spot. Then I can run around and catch one of the balls. Yeah. You can get shoulder pads under there. So what do I do? Here, you can go.
American football is not as popular in Iceland. Be strong and can appreciate the strength and athleticism of the Vikings from Minnesota.
They're really similar to the top athletes here. They got the height, and they got the strength and the explosiveness. I think they would be actually amazing strongman. All right, on the bench. It was also beating these guys. They're big and strong, I can tell. So if they were playing football, I'm sure they could do really good in strongman as well.
Prior to the game against Green Bay, Thor and Stefan returned to pay a visit to their friends in Minnesota. Upon their arrival, the equipment staff was ready to get Thor suited up.
You want to get outfitted? Definitely. Yes.
It's supposed to be tight, though.
It's supposed to be tight. I think we're going to accomplish that.
It's good. So let's try this.
Holy shit, that's a big boy.
On Sunday, the Vikings of Iceland made their way to US Bank Stadium to support their friends, the Vikings of Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't know, but it smells like snow's coming. That was actually cool to see. But yeah, my mother even asked earlier today, she's like, are you guys doing anything for Thanksgiving? And I said, I highly doubt it because we don't have the money for it. My mom asked if we're back on food stamps. Yep, we're back on food stamps. Yeah, we're gonna try to have a happy Thanksgiving, but what am I looking for? I'm looking for this. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what to really talk about. I mean, there's really not much to talk about if you want honesty.
No way. Taco Bell's toasted cheddar chalupa is back.
I've already scraped my bong, the down stem and the this. I'm smoking resin today. And after this, I may be done for God knows how long. Okay. Sorry, stirring around the resin. Excuse me. Oh. Hey. Okie dokie. There we go. Yeah, I think I want to start up a stream on Twitch, guys. See if we can't possibly raise something for our rent. If you guys would like to help out, all of the links are down at the bottom in the description. Follow my Twitch, follow my Twitter, follow me on Instagram. You know, we're going to be finishing off tonight with War Thunder weekends. Like I said, raising $1,200 for rent, you know, trying to. 50% of all proceeds will be donated to Extra Life. Actually, what am I doing? Do that. That would just make it easier. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, guys, I'll be live on Twitch. I'll see everybody over there. Peace. If my phone will unfreeze. Sorry, guys, phone's going through a lag spike. Great.